Okay, this is going to be a quick demonstration just to show you how you can access some of the diagnostic information that is available attached to spatial metrics. So I'm just going to quickly open up an existing project, just a demonstration one, and we're going to go into the map editor for this. So this has opened up the map editor now. I've already got the metrics panel displayed, as we can see here, and I'm going to go to the spatial metrics panel, and we're going to do one for grey partridges. So as you can see, probably from other demonstrations, it will firstly work out if everything essential is available, in which case it is, and then we're going to recalculate. It's already told you here that it needs to be recalculated because we've made changes elsewhere, but I'm just going to recalculate that now. So it's going to crunch away, and there we go. So it's recalculated, it's redisplayed on the map here. Now there's two elements that are available in terms of diagnostic information. Obviously first we got the basic information about there, which we know is available. Then we can come down here into a bit more detail. So now it's looking at the sort of different elements of habitat that the grey partridge needs. So it needs forage, nesting and overwintering habitat. First of all, what we've got here is the area that's available for each of those. In this instance we can see a large proportion is available for forage. A lot smaller area in this case is available for nesting, and then reasonable sort of moderate area is available for overwintering. So from this we can see that maybe perhaps the area of nesting is a bit limited that's available there. You can see then further into the next column here there's a bit more information about features and attributes that are needed, so we know what are provided by these different features for these particular habitats. So it can be arable land, land strips, grasslands, likewise down here hedgerows for nesting, or again arable land and land strips for overwintering. And so what we can see then is then saying, well, what is it about these, what attributes about these are needed. In some cases it's quite a long list, so rather than clogging up this little window on the right here, you can actually open up a fuller report in a browser. So if we click on the link there we go, and so now we've got a full screen report and we can start to see the details of everything here. So for instance, if we go down to nesting, it's saying if we look at hedgerows we need something ideally with a lot of native species in it, perhaps with a bank, ideally with not so gappy, good species richness and so on. So it's giving you an idea of what's needed to try and address this issue, the fact that we've only perhaps got 3.4% of the area of habitat is actually available for nesting. So it's starting to give you some information on what you can do to address improving the habitat for the grey partridge. This is an area that is very much under development, so we welcome feedback on it, so we're adding new things to it all the time. The second element of diagnostics that's relatively new is actually if you go to the key for the map, so you just click on this button here. The new bit that was entered here, previously this obviously gives you a key which goes from high to low, in this case from white to dark green. And then if we scroll down we can now see actually the distribution of the area of habitat within each of these different bands here, and we can see actually a large proportion of the area of habitat, 11.29 hectares in this case, is actually in the lower category, and actually we've got some in the higher category but only half as much, and there's nothing really much in between. So we've actually got two extremes in this instance. If we pick a different spatial metric, so let's say maybe pick adders, something completely different, and I'm going to get it to recalculate that and then put it on the map. So we've got a slightly different picture now, different habitat for adders, and see what that looks like. If we now come back to the key, we can see in this instance it's a slightly different distribution. So again, still quite a large proportion in the low category in terms of habitat suitability, but actually we've got a few in 3 and 4 there, and again a little bit in 9 and 10. So what it's doing, it's just giving you a bit of feedback, although you can sort of see it visually on the map here with the darker greens, lighter greens and whites, from sort of white low, dark green high, it's starting to give you an idea in terms of the area, in terms of a little bit of statistics. So you might be thinking, if all your habitat suitability is coming down at the low area, it may be that you're ticking the boxes just about for what's suitable for the adder in this instance. But actually there's scope for improvement in terms of compared to the better performing features on the land there. So it's just giving you a relative scale of what's actually been assessed, where broadly speaking the bulk of the habitats are by area. So again, a little bit more feedback on the performance of the whole landscape in terms of the spatial habitat suitability. Again, work in progress, so we may well improve this in the future based on feedback. And at that point I will leave it there and finish the demonstration. Thank you for your time.